Hi friends, welcome to the Share Report. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm doing a part 2 of frugal tips. I did one a few days ago talking about frugal tips for the coming food shortages and inflation with food, and we talked mostly about food. I shared some tips, and then other people shared some things, and I shared some video clips that were helpful for us to be able to save some money in this very hard economic time. So I wanted to share other frugal tips in relation to just lifestyle in general, and I think it's just a good thing to live below our means, especially as things are rising in cost and things are getting tighter and availability is getting scarce. I think it's just good living tips for us to have just in general. And then just to also get ahead of the curve for what's to happen with all the shortages and terrible things that's to come. So I just wanted to share some tips and also encourage us as well. And then we can also make this fun as we're starting to be more frugal with how we spend our time, our money, and just our lifestyles in general. So I just wanted to share some tips with you all. And if you have any other tips that you would like to share with the community, leave some comments below. In the meantime, subscribe, share this video, and I'm going to dive right into our frugal tips for our lifestyle. So tip number 1, and I wrote some things down. So buy used. That is one of the things I like to tell people: buy used. I love new things. Having new things is fun, getting new things, but I also love thrifting, vintage shopping, antique shopping, all the things. In fact, believe it or not, this very long sofa here I actually found at a consignment thrift store, and it was practically brand new. It actually looked, I'm like, wow, no one's ever sat on this sofa before. I was in need of a new sofa. So, and I was able to get it at a fraction of the price. It's a designer style sofa from a designer place where you would typically spend a lot of money on it. And I was able to get it at a fraction of the price, and then also able to get more off. So it was a whole win-win, and it's a very nice, comfortable, long sofa. So here's an example right behind me. And then also this pillow here is actually used. It comes from an antique vintage shop. It's a tapestry pillow. This isn't new. I brought that new. So we do have something that is not new, or that is new in this whole frame here. But just to give you an example of buying used is actually one way to save money. Not everything that you get brand new is of good quality. So finding those good pieces, and it doesn't even have to be furniture, it could be anything, it could be tools. I noticed that I had bought some tools that I had needed for the home, because I like to fix things, which is actually on the list of frugal tips here. And I actually found some good quality tools for like $1, a few cents each. It was just like in a container. So you can find some really good used quality items at thrift stores, antique stores, which I'm actually pretty blessed and privileged because I'm on the road a lot for work. So sometimes on the way home, if I'm in a random town or random city, I will stop at whatever antique shop or thrift store, and I will just browse and look around to see what they have. And I come across some really, really good deals. In fact, my desk that I typically film most of my videos from is actually a thrift find, and I love it. So that is tip number 1: shop used. If you can find some great things for some really, really cheap prices. So tip number 2: DIY, but with safety. So when I say DIY, do it yourself. So that is one of the things that I love to do, is kind of do it myself if I can, within my ability, my strength. So I am a woman, so I can't do everything. I can't install a roof. I can't cut down trees, like big trees, things like that. I mean, do small trees, but as the best as you can within your safety ability, you want to do as much as you can, DIY it. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I actually had the wire hose, or the water hose to my washer, actually broke. Living in a home that's almost 100 years old, it actually broke, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So having friends that do multiple things have also been very helpful as well. So people that are in irrigation and that deal with pipes and all the things was able to give me a great technique to be able to fix the pipe without having to get a whole new washer, because I was at my wit's end. I was like, I don't know what to do. So asking for advice is actually a tip for people who may be in the know, and then just doing it yourself. I was able to get a very cheap, I was actually given a very cheap like elbow pipe, PVC pipe, to be able to fix the washer hose. So that was something simple, super simple, that I was able to do. And it didn't really cost me very much money. Actually, it didn't cost me anything, but just asking for advice. So if you can, DIY as much as you can. I'll give you an example of something that's harder. So, but you have to have the skills for this. So I've actually replaced a few lights in the home. When I first bought the home, I wanted different light fixtures. So I made my own light fixture for the entry for the house, and then also in the dining room, installed it myself. My granddaddies are both very handy. They both passed away, unfortunately, but they're very handy and taught me a lot of things. So they said, do this with the wire, do that, do that. And I was able to actually install light fixtures in the home myself. So like I said, there is a clause to this, a caveat to this. Do not do anything that's going to harm you. Okay. So disclaimer, do not do anything that's going to harm you. But if you can do something safely and easily, definitely do it, because it can save you money. Hiring an electrician to install light fixtures can be anywhere from $50 to $130, with an average of $100 an hour for them to come. Okay, so those are things that I am thinking about, just being very frugal and learning things. Like I said, safety, safety first. Most of the safety that I'm talking about is like little things, like the little pipe that I was able to fix for the washer. So that is tip number 2. Tip number 3, which actually kind of slides into number 2, I mean, fixing things, but with safety. So we're actually going to skip that one, because I actually mostly expounded on both that with number 2. So 2 and 3 kind of go together with fixing things in DIY with safety. So number 4, tip number 4, find free things to do. So this is actually more of an adventure kind of thing, because, you know, staying at home, some people don't like being home. They get restless being home. I love being home. Home is my favorite place to be. I love being home. I love being in the garden. I love cooking. Love being home. But some people like to get out and have adventures. So one of the ways that you can be frugal but also enjoy your life is finding free things to do. So every single state in the United States has a lake except for Maryland. So Maryland, my Maryland friends, you're going to have to find something different to do. If you love water like myself, I am very blessed to live in Florida, be a Florida native, go to the beach, all the things. So I love to sit by the ocean. That is one of my favorite things to do. I like to sit and just relax and just smell the salty air and just listen to the waves crashing. It's just one of my favorite things to do. It's probably aside from home, I love being by the ocean. So that's something free. Go drive to the ocean and sit there and listen to the waves. It doesn't cost me anything except for gas, okay? So, or you can go to the lake. I also go to the lake as well. Love looking at the lake water and just chilling by the water. So find free things to do in your neighborhood or in your community or in your state. If you like water, like I said, drive to the lake and just look at the water. But you can find so many free things to do. Go to parks. We pay so much tax money for the parks. Utilize them. Have a picnic. Go outside. Live outside in your garden, in your yard, absorb things. So that's what I like to do. Look at the birds, look at nature. So that's one of many things that you can do that's free. Okay. Number 5, this actually correlates or goes back with the first video when we're talking about food. And I said cook at home, but this is also another thing that people don't tend to do. A lot of people throw away leftovers, but eat your leftovers. Especially day 2 when all the herbs and the seasonings and everything, when they sit overnight or over a couple days, actually it starts to taste better. But you can also save money, and you're not spending money on lunch every single day or eating out or whatever it may be. And it saves you some time, especially those busy weeks, or if you're a single person like myself and you don't want to cook every night. Leftovers is the way to go. You can save lots and lots of money with leftovers. So that is tip number 5. All right. So tip number 6, make your trips worth it. And what I mean by that is, with gas being so expensive and rising and continuing to rise, if you know that you need to go out, I'll actually put this together with making a list. Okay, so make a list of things that you need to go, places you need to go, things that you need to do. Make a list, okay, and carve out a day during the week to make your big stop, so you're not making all little stops throughout the week, wasting time and spending using up gas. Make a list to where you can go, like say you need to go to Lowe's and pick up some gardening supplies and all the things, and then you maybe also need to pay a bill. Okay, so do all of those things at one time period so that you are using all of your gas in one day instead of using it multiple times throughout the week. Make it efficient, basically. Make everything that you need to do as far as driving, make it very, very efficient. So that is what I mean by making your trip worth it. And then also, maybe help other family members. Let's say you have multiple family members in the household. Say, hey, I'm going to Lowe's. Do you need anything from Lowe's? Or I'm going to such and such. Do you need anything? I'm going to go pay a bill. I'm going to be near Publix. I'm going to be near the grocery store. Do you want me to pick something up for you? So that is actually a frugal way of thinking. You're actually saving time and you're saving money by making all of your trips at one setting instead of multiple times, and people having to leave and use the car multiple times through the week. That is actually one of my tips. So I wanted to share that with you. And last but not least, barter. You're probably thinking, okay, how does bartering help us save money? How does that make us frugal? Okay, so bartering is one of those things where you're trading something, and it doesn't always have to do with money. So let's say that all those tips that I just talked about just a few minutes ago. So say you know someone that is really good at electrical work. Okay, and you have a beautiful garden, but you maybe need a new outlet installed. One of the outlets is not working for you. So maybe you can barter and say, hey, I'll give you $50 worth of vegetables for $50 an hour worth of electrical work for you to install or fix this light fixture for me. So that is one way that you can barter, because it's going to come a time when we're going to have to do that, especially when they start thinking of digital currency, which I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually coming. So start thinking on the terms of bartering. Create something for yourself where you can actually barter with people no matter what it is, and think of the price equivalency to whatever you're bartering for. So I hope these tips were very helpful for you. If you like these frugal tips, if you have frugal tips, leave a comment. If you like videos like this, please let me know. And thank you all for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. I have lots of videos to share with you, and I hope this one was really helpful. In the meantime, subscribe, share, all the things, and I will see you soon. Thanks.